Good morning, guys. What's going on? Good morning. How are we doing today, guys? Welcome. Happy Monday. We got a new week ahead of us. I hope everyone had an enjoyable weekend. We got a nice new week ahead of us with a bunch of new trading, a little bit of news this week, but we've got a new week ahead of us. Had a trade last night. Went pretty well on that trade last night. But we got some new trades, new week, and some new setups that we're going to be looking at today. I hope everyone again had a great weekend. I had a pretty enjoyable weekend as well. It's nice to get away from the charts for a little bit, but we're back. It's Monday morning and we're back. New York Stock Exchange just opened, so New York session's in full effect. Obviously, you could have traded earlier, but we're in full effect right now. We're going to take a look at some pairs this morning, look at some different opportunities that we may have to get in and make some money here. I'm sure some of you have noticed, if you're in the free group or the paid one, that I'm going to be signaling whether trades are now scalp trades or whether they are swing trades. The reason for this is a couple reasons, but for one, let's look at the trade from last night. Trade from last night was a scalp trade. Reason being, this is what happened. We got our downswing from our rejection, and then all of a sudden it's back up here. If you were in this as a swing trade right now, you would be negative. This was a scalp trade because this is probably going to break and reach new highs. So we did take profit on this scalp trade right here. But that is why this was a scalp trade last night and not a swing trade. Again, so, we got in somewhere up here and ended up being, 30, 40 pips if you would have held through the whole thing. I got out in about 15 to 20 pips, but anyway, it was a good trade. So now we're going to move on to today. We are still looking at this Euro JPY trade today. We are still looking at the possibility of this either breaking through or rejecting again on this resistance zone. Yesterday it rejected. We took this small downswing. Today we're going to see if this rejects again or if we have a break up through, and then we could look for buys. So Euro JPY is something we're going to be looking at heavily. If we hop over to USD JPY, so same thing with USD JPY here. What we saw was a full breakthrough and retest. We've now created a new support on USD JPY. So if you zoom in a little bit here, USD JPY has completely broken through here, and we have a new support now that's been formed. And we're hopefully going to see some sort of move upwards to fill the zone. If that happens, we're going to be able to look for some sort of bullish candlestick pattern for us to take a buy here. So we are definitely having our eye on that one. This one is looking like it's in pretty good shape. We're going to keep our eye on this one, definitely. See if there's something that we could end up buying here. But I definitely like the USD JPY trade with the full break through the resistance and now creating a new support here at that 135,787 area. So that's definitely something we're going to look at. Mark, good morning. How are you today? Moving forward, GBP pairs all shot up this morning pretty high. All GBP pairs took off this morning. A couple hours ago, there was a lot of buying power on all the GBP pairs. So a lot of these, we're going to either look for continuations or look for some sort of rejection. But this one is in the middle of kind of no man's land right here. Not sure whether it's going to go up or down. You have a couple FVGs here, which indicate that you do have some sort of support. Typically, when you have multiple FVGs in a row, that's when it continues up. So we'll keep an eye on that, but nothing that we're going to jump in at this time. Currently just sitting on those. Euro AUD. So let's take a look at Euro AUD. Euro AUD is at a pretty strong resistance right here. We're going to wait to see if we get some more rejection. Based on this wick, we might fill this wick, but we're also probably going to want to see it drive through the FVG zone for us to take a sell here. This could continue along with its buy. This wick could be range, or this wick could be buying power. It did close bearish, so we could assume that it is going to come down. However, we're going to want to need a little bit more confirmation. So we're going to put here for this one, we're going to have buys with bullish move and break through the zone. Sells with clear rejection. We're going to put sells with clear rejection and bearish candlesticks. Candlestick patterns, actually. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds kind of over here. Make sure we got that right there. Buys with bullish move and break through the zone, that would be here. Sells with clear rejection and bearish candlestick patterns would be if it breaks through this way. If it does not break through and comes back down. So we've got that in tune here. Let's see, AUD JPY. So that's been on quite the downtrend here. We could actually add another zone here for support and resistance, kind of like right there. So we're going to have kind of a new support zone here that we're going to be looking at, just because in the last, let's see, 4 or 5 days, it rejected pretty strong off that, and now we're in a downtrend. As you can see, you had your trend here, then it broke, and now we have another trend here. So we're kind of looking at sort of a downtrend here. We had a rejection on this FVG here. We'll see if we can get back up there, but we're going to look at sells for this one as well. Let me go back and mark up if we're looking at buys or sells. What do we put for Euro AUD? That's yellow. We're not 100% sure which way that one's going. But AUD JPY will be looking for sells. Unless we get some sort of crazy rejection of this support, I have a feeling this is going to drive through, especially after this FVG on the 1 hour. If we hop to the 4 hour time frame, also again pretty bearish. Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. You're probably going to look at this to flip and go bearish to some extent. Just based off this downtrend, that's what I'm seeing. We've already gotten well into the support zone, so it's probably just a matter of time before we break it. But AUD JPY is looking like a sell to me, but we will check back in on that in a little bit. Going to need to see some more rejection in order to take that sell. Yeah, don't forget to like the stream, guys. Thank you, VJ. If you haven't liked the stream, go ahead and like it, please. Subscribe to the channel. Helps with the algorithm. Make sure that we get noticed. I'd appreciate that, guys. Again, I should probably like my own stream. I always forget to do that. For some reason, I always forget to like my own stream. I can hear myself. Alright, we'll exit out of that. Okay, here we go. Back to analyzing here. AUD NZD. Let's see here. Gonna need to see some sort of break above or below again on this one. We're kind of just in no man's land right there, in between the 1.09269 area and the 1.09050 area. Not sure whether it's going to break above or go below, so we're not going to touch that one right now either. CHFJPY, interesting chart here. If it breaks the previous high right here, we could look for a buy here. We're going to drop this down just a tad here. This is pretty much your new high. We're at a support zone. We're at a rejection zone here. If we get a full break above, we can look for a buy. I'm going to put this in green. Move that up there. So this is clearly reversed into an uptrend. Well, actually, it's been in an uptrend for quite some time. We just had retracement down to the lower support, and now we're back up here. Had retracement down, didn't quite retrace all the way to the support, and we're retesting the new resistance right here. So if we can get some sort of close above the range here, we could take a buy. So we'll put closure above the range for buys. Perfect. So we've got that one in. Closure above the range for buys. Not too hard on that one. Easy analysis. Let's see here. AUDNZD, we said we're not touching. GBP CAD. Interesting chart here because we had a full bullish engulfing candle on the previous candle, and because of that, you're going to see some buying power. However, we are still on a downtrend. Based on this, we are on a downtrend, somewhat to an extent. However, we're going to stay away from this one for a minute for the time being. All right, let's see here. All right, Euro GBP. So Euro GBP here, we've got an ascending wedge here that looks like it's going to drop off. We just had it drop off slightly. This is looking like a sell to me. Euro GBP is looking like a sell right now. We're going to need to see some more confirmation, but this is looking like a sell to me right now, especially being that we got there and there. Let's see here. That's going to be your new support right there, drawing it from the previous low up here and the current low over here. So we're looking at a sell for Euro GBP. Looks like a sell to me, especially because all the GBP pairs are dropping or are going up, which means it's going to go down to the euro. So I do like that, especially with this FVG. This FVG that's been created here in the past 3 hours. If we hop to the 4-hour time frame, this is in a clear downtrend. Most likely going after it had this uptrend, this uptick with the rejection down. We're most likely going to see some sort of drive through to either fill this zone down here or at least fill from here to here, which would be 20 pips. Down there would be closer to 60. Based on the chart, though, we're going to still have to wait a little bit more to see if this is going to break through this support area. If it does, in fact, break through, then we'll look to see what happens. But it's looking like a sell to me, so we're going to mark that as a sell. Euro GBP is going to be marked as a sell. Let's see here. GBP CHF. All right, so we had a full break and now a retest of on GBP CHF. We had a full break and a retest on the 4 hour. Now, on the 4 hour here, we're going to actually hop to the 1 hour to analyze this. On the 1 hour, we've had a lot of stagnant movement, pretty much sideways movement. We were in this trade at one time, yes. A lot of stagnant movement here. So what we're going to do is figure out if we're going to actually take a buy or a sell. Now, we've created a new support here, which is important. We have an FVG and we've created a new support. I'm going to be looking at buys here on this one. But if we can get some sort of bullish engulfing candle, or bullish engulfing candle or bullish pattern with closure above the range, we will look to buy here. It's looking like a pretty strong buy. However, it could reverse on us. So that's why we're going to wait to see if we can see anything that happens. So it's really important to wait here to get our confirmations. But the break and the holding above the break is the really important part. I would like to definitely stress that. So we had it break here, and I'll kind of go over this again. This was our support, our resistance zone, right? We had it break our resistance zone, and now it's moving sideways at the resistance zone, which means that we're creating a new support. So this is now a new support zone here. So if you're looking at the chart on your own right now on GBP CHF, this is now a new support zone. Now, until we get confirmation that we can move upwards, we won't buy. But the fact that we've created this new support right here, and it hasn't broken it in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours almost now, is a good sign. Now, yes, we do have a bearish pin bar here, which could indicate that it's going to sell, but in this hour 9 right now, this 9 o'clock hour, we still have not seen it break, which is a pretty good indication that this is going to move up toward the next zone at some point. Now, where is the next zone? You've got a zone here, and you've also got a zone here. So we've got 2 zones as our target, and our third zone would be up here. So on GBP CHF, we do have clear identified zones of where we would want our take profits to be. But again, if we're looking for a scalp, like I've mentioned in the past, if we're looking for a scalp, guys, we're looking for 10 to 15 pips. If we're looking for a swing, we're looking for a lot more than that. I know a couple of you mentioned last night that Euro JPY should have been a swing. Absolutely not. That's why we took it yesterday. That as a scalp yesterday. We got in like right about here for like 30 pips at most, and then it reversed on us. So if you wanted to hold for a swing for multiple days, you could have. But the reason we didn't do that is because it was going to retest again. It did retest again. So why not just capitalize on the downturn here? Because we knew it was going to do that after it had reached a rejection area. We knew it was going to reject. We capitalized on this. Rather than holding for the downswing, the upswing, the downswing, the upswing, and then hopefully a big downswing. Instead of holding through all that, we wanted to get in and out on our 10 to 15 pip trade, which was right here. So that was the goal yesterday. So if you were one of the guys or one of the people who thought that it might be a swing, yes, it still can be a swing. Good analysis, agreed. But now you're holding negative right here and waiting for it to come back down that way. So hopefully that makes sense, but that is why I marked yesterday's trade as a scalp, because this right here is all we were looking for. We were looking for that right there. So far, GBP CHF is the trade that I like the most. We've analyzed a couple charts now, and now we're going into a 30-minute candle coming up. So I definitely like the sell on Euro GBP. Again, I'm going to want to see some sort of more confirmation that lets us know that this is going to indeed drive through here. And then GBP CHF, same deal here. I'd even feel comfortable taking a buy right now on GBP CHF. I'm going to hop to a smaller time frame just to see what we're working with. But yeah, GBP CHF, yeah, we even got a doji right there. I'd feel comfortable taking a buy on GBP CHF right now. Let's see here. CHF JPY, USD JPY, same thing. I think USD JPY is going to fly. Again, we had this full break and retest. USD JPY is also looking like a buy as well. I'm not sure if I like I like GBP CHF a little bit better, just because on the hour time frame, we're looking at some pretty good rejections here. We are going to look to enter this trade though. Out of all the trades, this is by far the most promising one in my opinion. So if we were to enter a trade, it is going to be this one. GBP CHF for a buy. No, we have not entered it yet, but we are looking at it for those asking. Let's see here. So we're going to wait until we get the new 30-minute candle before we enter. We're going to enter off the 30-minute with confirmation off the 15 and the 5. We already know what the overall trend is on the 1. So I'm not too worried about the 1. But GBP CHF, and USD JPY buys are the number 1 right now. Both of those have uptrends. This is the 5-minute, keep in mind. We'll go to the 1 hour. Some sort of bullish candlestick pattern, because we already know that this is intact. We already know 100% that this FVG and this support is intact. This support hasn't been touched in a long time, and it's holding it. GBP CHF, same thing. It is holding this support now for quite a few hours, and we just want to catch the upswing. We just want to catch the move there. The move on GBP CHF, I mean, that alone is 40 pips, 80 pips, 123 pips. You got 40 pips until the next area of anything, really, which is good potential upside. If we hop to the 4 hour on this GBP CHF trade, yeah, same concept. The 4 hour at 9 o'clock flipped bullish. So because that 4 hour flipped bullish, and the previous 4 hour candle respected the fair value gap, this is going to be a buy signal. Now, could it come down and retest the FVG at minus 11 pips or minus 10 pips? Yes, it certainly could, but we're willing to hold negative 10 pips. That's not the biggest of deals. Again, this is still looking like a buy with the FVG, the break above, and on the 1 hour, we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 hours of support here. USD JPY, we're looking at the same thing. We could take a look at some of these other ones, especially like Euro JPY. We can take a look at some of these. However, I'm not 100% sold on all of them. I'm not 100% sold on all of them. And I'll explain why, but I'm not 100% sold on all of them. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, we fixed that. Let's see here. AUD JPY, we said we were looking at a sell here. I still agree with that as well. We should be on the 30 minutes here. I do still agree with the sell on AUDJPY. I see this filling this range down here. We have lower highs and lower lows. We have a rejection of a new resistance area, and we have a confirmed downtrend. Previous candle did not break the new resistance either. So I do like a sell on AUDJPY as well. Euro GBP, let's see, that was the one that had the ascending wedge. This ascending wedge now, if we look at this close enough, you're going to see some rejection here, but I have a feeling that we're going to see it drive down through this, but we're not going to touch this until we have a lot more confirmation that this isn't going to be a fake out where this could drive up this way. Just want to make sure that we're entering the highest probability trades. Is there news? No, there's no news today. 10 o'clock, you have pending home sales in the United States. That's all you have. It's an orange folder. It might have some sort of effect, but not gonna have much effect. There's no news that's anything noteworthy today. So nothing really crazy until the Bank of Japan speaks tonight at 11:10, but we probably won't be in a trade by then. So that's the only noteworthy news tonight is going to be BOJ, and we're not anywhere in that time zone right now. You have pending home sales coming out for month over month for the U.S. dollar at 10 a.m. And if you look at that, actual greater than forecast is a good thing. We'll see. But I don't think this is going to have too big of an effect on the market today. So we're back over to GBP CHF, seeing what we're getting here with 4 minutes left. If we can get some sort of doji right here, that would be nice. Just confirming some sort of reversal. That would help us to determine if we're going to get in this or not. USD JPY is dropping down. We may see it fill this zone and reject before we get in on a buy. GBP USD, we're not going to touch. I'm going to unflag that and move it out of the way. Yes, we had a big FEG zone right here, and we had some great movement, but I'm not sure if we're going to see retracement when we get towards this new this resistance. I'm not sure if we're going to see some sort of retracement or not, so we're going to stay away from that. Let's see here. Euro AUD, we're waiting to figure out if this is going to break or not. As of right now, looking at the 30-minute chart, we're right at resistance, and we're not seeing any sort of movement up or down. Again, AUD JPY, same concept. Well, it's the opposite as the USD and the GBP CHF trade. We're definitely like the fact that it is in a downtrend. You've got a doji forming at the top right now, which is a good thing. So we're going to wait 2 more minutes to see what we get as a closure here. But AUD JPY could certainly be a sell here with the movement downward. We're going to hold off for a minute on that. CHF JPY. Closure above this range is going to give us a buy. We're getting rejection on this 30-minute candle, but closure above this range is going to definitely give us some sort of buy indication, and we're going to look at buying on that. Euro GBP, again, we talked about this. We did see some sort of rejection. However, coming into this new candle that we have 55 seconds until we get a new candle. If we can see it break this, that would be good news. If we can see it break that area. I'm going to move those up top. So we got 4 charts that we really like now. If everyone wants to make sure they have this up. GBP CHF buys. USD JPY. We're going to look for buys, but we have no confirmation yet. GBP CHF, we've got confirmation. Euro GBP. We're going to wait to see what happens here, but we like the sells. And AUDJPY, we also like the sells on that one as well. AUDJPY, we like sells here. And it looks like we're going to get some sort of hammer, some sort of bearish hammer pattern right there to finish the hour. And indeed we did. Let's check on our other trades here. Green candle, green type doji. Great move for GBP CHF. And then when we go to USD JPY, we got a doji with some range indicating it could either go up or down, but we have a pretty tight FVG up there. So we might hold off on USD JPY until we see a break of this FVG and a confirmation that we are in fact going to break this area. And this area is going to be closer to right there. There's our kind of new resistance zone now that we've had FVGs form. And we can go ahead and also put in our new sort of mini resistance, if you will. But that's going to be some sort of new resistance for us right there. We didn't get a bullish candlestick pattern there. Euro GBP on the 30-minute. I still like this as a sell. If we go to the 1 hour, yeah, I still like this as a sell. At least for, let's see, at least for 15-ish pips to reach this bottom. Euro GBP sell. That looks like a solid play. And the AUD JPY, we opened with another bullish candle, rejection, bullish, bullish. We're probably going to see this fill down here to this next FVG would be our goal. This FVG down here is going to be our somewhat of a target price for this trade. And that you're looking at, oh, that's not the right thing. And on that one, you're looking at, in terms of pip-wise, you're looking at 23. So again, the way that we're considering whether it's a scalp trade or whether it is a long-term trade is going to be what our goal is. What is the goal of the trade? The goal of the trade in all these trades that we're going to take right now is going to be 10 to 15 pips, maybe 20 pips. We're not holding for this to come down to here. If we were holding for this to come down to here, 443 pips, yeah, swing trade or even longer. If we were holding for this to come down to here for 115 pips, yeah, that's a swing trade. But again, what our goal is not to sit in a trade and use all the margin in our account for a long period of time. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for quick swings where there's a high probability that it's going to go in this area that we think it's going to. So based on the GBP CHF thing, the GBP CHF chart right now, I'd feel comfortable putting in buy stops at the top of these wicks, or just executing a buy. We're going to wait until we get, let me just take the 5-minute. Ideally, we're going to want to enter on the 5-minute. So we're going to want to see it break this area on the 5-minute. If we can get a break of this area on the 5-minute, that's where we're going to enter. Because we see a lot of upside here with the GBP CHF. There's a lot of upside. So what we're going to do is put buy stops at 1.12748. You can either put buy stops in or you can get in right now. If you want to put buy stops in, you can, or you can buy right now. I'm personally, I think I'm just going to buy it. GBP CHF is what we're looking at here. GBP CHF. Let's see here. Let's see. Might go with the buy stops. Let's see here. So again, we want to see it break this area. We also want to get in at a good price. So I'm going to get in here. I just got to write this to the group. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to put some music on while we get in this. We're going into GBP CHF, guys. We're going in a buy on GBP CHF. Alright, guys, give me 1 second here. Just making sure I type it out and get it to everybody. I'm in on all the accounts right now. GBPCHF. I just want to send it out, make sure everybody gets in it. Make sure everyone has a chance to get in it. So we are going to send that now. So we are in on a buy on GBPCHF. Now I have to put... Longer scalp trade as the goal, as we talked about, the goal is 10 to 15 pips. However, we can hold longer than that. I am going to go ahead and send this to everybody. But again, I do want to go over something really important. Right after I send this, we're going to go over it. And it's how I identify the difference between a scalp trade and a swing trade. So really quick, I want to make sure everybody hears this, because yesterday I had some people telling me that they thought a trade could be a swing trade, and no, listen. The way I determine, this is how I determine this. This has nothing to do with other traders, and I don't really care what other traders think, to be honest with you. The way I determine if it is going to be a swing trade or a scalp trade is based off time, yes, but it's based off the goal of the trade. If the goal of the trade is to make between 10 to 15 pips, 10 to 20 pips, somewhere around that range, it's a scalp trade. Yes, it may take longer, but it is a scalp. We're only looking for a little bit amount of movement. We're scalping movement. A swing trade is typically longer, yes, longer hold, although scalp trades can take a long time to get where they are. But the goal of a swing trade is a lot more pips. You're looking for that 20 to 50, 100 pip range. These are not swing trades. The goal is to get 10 to 20 pips. So if you want to say that, oh, this could be, yeah, of course it could be. I'm taking the trade in the way that I want it to go. Obviously, I know in the long term, this trade's going up. Yeah, sure, you can call it a swing trade if you want to hold until it gets way up here at 1.1500. Yeah, anything could be a swing trade. Anything could be a scalp trade. So when you say, oh, this should be a swing, this should be a scalp, yeah, it's however long you want to hold it for. My goal is to not hold it for that long. I don't want to tie up margin in my account for that long. It's a waste. I'm not that kind of trader. If you want to be that kind of trader, go ahead. No problem. But you have to understand that that's the kind of trader you are, and don't expect to get in more than one trade a day if you're going to be a swing trader. If you're going to trade as a swing trader, don't expect to get into more than one trade a day. It's not going to happen. So that's why we do this, because everyone that's in these groups wants quick trades. They want quick, fast trades. They want to be able to scalp and be in front of a computer. They want to be able to make money quickly. Obviously, there's a lot that goes into making money quickly. However, if you're going to be someone who wants to do swing trades, you have to understand that you are going to be using a lot more margin. You're going to be using a lot more margin. What is going on with this? One of my accounts is all frozen. And you're not going to be able to take trades while you're using that margin. That's really important to understand, is that if you are going to be in a swing trade, you can't over leverage yourself. You should not be entering other trades, especially ones that can run inversely. That's when you run into problems, is that you get trades that run inversely. And that's never good. So that's not something that you want to be doing, especially if you're in a group where we're scalping most of the time. You don't want to have trades running for too long. But like I said, I will identify what kind of trade it is, and you can make your decision of how you want to trade it. That's totally and 100% up to you. see if I can get in this trade on my other account. My goodness. What is going on here? So weird, it won't let me trade on one of my other accounts. I'm managing a buddy's account right now. Just to get him some capital, I'm helping him out. So trying to make some money in his account too. So I'm managing 3 accounts right now, which is always fun. Especially hopping back and forth between all of them. Connection to server lost. I don't understand why. Alright, so is everyone in on this trade? I'll give everyone a minute to get in. You know what? I'm gonna grab my laptop. Where is my laptop? Yeah, message me about multiple accounts. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm in this trade. I am in this trade. So GBP CHF, we're in. Yo, GBP went the other way. AUD JPY did in fact continue to fall downward. CHF JPY looks like it's gonna get some rejection there, but GBP CHF. We are in GBP CHF. If you have questions about why we're in it, you can certainly go ahead and ask. I'm just trying to get into my account over here. It's like not letting me into one of my trading accounts. There we go. 0.05. There we go. I think I had too many accounts open at once. I don't think it liked that. There we go. It's okay with having 2 accounts open, but I guess a third one is really where it doesn't like that. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. 0.20200. Buy it. And then we'll go back to one more account. Let's see here. Yeah, like I said, I'm managing 3 accounts right now, so it's a little bit of struggle going back and forth, but I'm not too worried about it. It's kind of fun managing 3 accounts. Get in at different times. All right, so now that we're now that everybody's in, we should all be in this. We got our stop loss at 1.12502. 1.12502. And I'll put that stop loss in on all of them. So what I do, guys, is I enter, and then I go back after I enter and edit the stop losses and the take profits. So as you can hear that noise in the background of my broker, the noise when you buy and sell, all I'm doing is copy and pasting the stop loss into all the trades now to make sure that they're all the same. The max, I know what the max I can lose is, and I'll do that for all of them just to make sure that I'm covering all my bases here. That's the easiest way to do it. Go ahead and do the same thing over here on this account. It's going to just open it up and copy and paste that stop loss in to all of the trades, and then for the take profits, go ahead and do the same at the 3 different take profits. Or you can just set it to the 10 to 15 pips so you can get out, as this is supposed to be a scalp trade. It might be a longer scalp trade, but it is supposed to be just a scalp trade because, again, the goal of the trade is not as many pips. I think our TP3 is like right here. Our TP3 is like 35 pips. So buy one more there. All right, so we are going to sit on this for a little bit here. There's not much we can do. Have a good afternoon. All right, so we're coming up on the hour here. We're going to wait for this new hour candle to see what happens. But based off this is all I'm going to be entering for the morning. I'm not going to be touching anything else this morning. As of right now, this is excuse me, sorry. This is the only trade that I'm going to be entering at the moment. I'm not touching anything else, just for the time being. I'm not touching anything else. So hopefully you guys got a good analysis there of what we're doing. We're gonna hold this one. I will let you guys know what happens in the chat, how it's going. But that's gonna be it for today's stream. Stream for about an hour just to get in on a trade, just so you guys can see how I analyze trades. That's the goal of the live stream, is for you guys to see how I analyze it and how we enter and move forward. If you do get some retracement to this FVG, you could certainly enter again. So I know you guys will see sometimes I have a lot of buys or a lot of sells. That's because I buy down when we get towards these FVGs or other zones. I buy more times. So that's what I do there. If anyone has any questions, you guys can shoot me messages on Telegram. Let me know if you have any questions. But that is going to be it for today's stream, guys. Short, sweet, and to the point. I might do another stream actually Thursday morning. I'm thinking of doing a stream early, but I will let you know. Again, thanks guys. Good seeing you. Let's take some profit later today in this trade. All right. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.